All right, hi everybody. I'm going to do a tutorial for the Ukrainian bell carol, which very commonly heard during Christmas. It's a really beautiful piece and all of my students love it. I've essentially got, well, most of my students, well not most, a good number of them learning this one this Christmas, and they all enjoy it. So I'm going to play the whole thing through one time, and then we're going to break it apart so you can figure it out. We're going to go really slow. All right, I'll play it one time through regular tempo. There is an option to do the entire, to go back and to play the entire thing again, but I didn't do that, just for time's sake. But let's get started at the beginning. I'm going to break it down into sections, and I'll do the right hand, I'll do the left hand, and then I'll do hands together slowly. I'm going to show you all the different steps and moves. All right, so the first 4 bars are super easy. So G, F sharp, G, E. Again, G, F sharp, G, E. So you're gonna do that 4 times. Walk, running, walk, walk, running, walk. Again, you did that whole thing 4 times. Now, you can use the pedal throughout the entire piece. It sounds a bit nicer. And so on. So through the entire piece, you can use the pedal. Every bar, I can't really explain exactly what that is, but essentially every time you play a note in the left hand, you're going to lift the pedal and put it down again. And it's going to sound like this. So, lift pedal, lift pedal. So when I say lift pedal, it's like an up down with the pedal. So up down, up down, up down, up down. Okay, so let's break this down. So I showed you the first section. It was 4 bars, and it was just like this. So get used to that pattern, because you're going to use it a lot. So next, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I'm going to show you the next 12 bars. Now, again, the right hand does not change. It's the same, da, 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 repeated over and over again. Now, for the last 4 bars of this 12 bars, you're going to change it to E and G at the beginning of it. So it's essentially the same, except you're adding the E. So instead of just doing G, F sharp, G, E, you're going to add that E. Da, 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 da. Let's do that again. Da, 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 da. So you play the E and the G together. Da, 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 da. Okay, so now we're going to do... That's all you really need to know. The right hand does this for this section, most of it. So for 8 bars, you do this. So you do this 8 times, and so on. And then in the 9th time, you're gonna do this. And you do it 4 times. Okay, so that's it. That's the right hand for this section. Now, the left hand, you're gonna do this. It's not tricky. You start with the E, and then you go down to the D, and then you go down to the C, and then you go down to the B. I'll do that again. E, D, C, B. Now, let's do hands together for that. You have to like get your thumb out of the way so the right hand thumb can play it. Okay, that's what you do there. Then what you're going to do, you're going to play C and E with 1 and 3 in the left hand, and then B and D, and then A and C, and then you're going to play E and B a fifth. Okay, I'm going to do that again. You've got C and E, and then you've got B and D, then you've got A and C, and then you've got E and B. Okay, so you're gonna do this for this section. C and E, get the thumb out of the way to play that. B and D, same pattern in the right hand. A and C, and then you're gonna play E and B. So let's put those two sections together. So you got E, D, C, B, and now you're gonna do the thirds. C and E, and then B and D, and then you've got A and C, and then you've got E and B. Now, next bit. For the next bit, this is when you start the E and G, E and G, and you do that 4 times. So that's the right hand. Now the left hand part in this section, this is the last 4 bars of the 12. You're gonna play C and G. They both skip up to E and B, and then you're gonna play A and C, and then you go back down to the E and the B. I'm going to show you that again. So you got C and G, skip up to the E and the B, and then you got A and C, and you go back down to the E and the B. Now in the right hand, you're doing the 1 and the 3. Let's do it together. A and C, and you go back down to the E and the B. So that's 12 bars. Let's take this whole thing and put it together. Start with this one. You got your singles, and then the C, and then the B. Now you got your doubles or your thirds, C and E, B and D, A and C, and then you've got E and B. And then you're going to skip down to the C and G, and you skip back up to the E and the B, and then you're going to go up to A and C. Notice the right hand, you're doing the third, and you go back down to the E and the B. So that's the next. So we did 4 bars of just this. 2, 3, 4, and then you start, and you do that 12 bar sequence that we just did. And then the next part, what happens in the right hand is you've been playing here for the entire piece. Now the right hand's going to go up to here. Okay, so instead of playing E and G, now you're playing G and B. Same thing. There's no sharp this time. Down here you had an F sharp, but now you don't have a sharp. You've got G and B. Same thing, G and B. You do that 4 times. 4. I forgot to tell you, the first section was 4 bars, second one was 12. Now this one is 4. This is a very short section. So you know that for this 4 bar section, the right hand, it used to be here, but now it's up here, G and B. Now the left hand, you've got E and B. You keep that E in the bottom, right? The top part goes up to C sharp, and then the top part goes up to the D, D, C, B, D, C, B. Notice the entire time I played the E every time. Okay, so B, C sharp, and then D, D, C, B, D, C, B. All right, so let's do this 4-bar section together. Remember, the right hand is now in G and B. Thumb goes up to the C sharp. Thumb goes up to the D. D again. Okay, so that's your 4 bars. Now for the rest of the piece, I think I'm gonna run out of video. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna upload 2 videos. That's gonna be the end of the first video, and then I'm gonna upload a second one because I don't think that YouTube allows for the amount of time that I'll need. So I'll do 2 videos. That's the first one, and then I'll label the second one as video 2, so you can check that out. All right, I'll see you soon.